All right, everybody, welcome in. I tried to take one of these videos. It's never smooth with this fucking game, man. It just like I'm trying to just be this calm and reasonable. I've even given the devs credit for saying I was wrong about the game. I was not wrong. I'm trying to just unlock the door here. I got my reverser on. I tried everything. I'm just trying to like the dev. See, they put the lock and unlock on the same button, which is nuts. Like you literally have all these. You have four D-pad buttons. You use the same button. I'm trying to unlock. I'm holding the button. I'm trying to unlock the door. I just want to get my passengers in because I'd rather do this route the right way. But it doesn't look like it's going to be possible. So we're just going to pull off and get to what we're talking about. I really want to do it the right way. It just won't let me load the passengers. Oh, wait, I'm going to turn this off because I had it on. Turn this off and on. These damn trains, I hate them. But I love them too. They're so damn frustrating. This game is frustrating. It's not the train. In real life, it would respond if I pushed the unlock button. Trust me. Anyways, get to what we're gonna talk about. So I did a video the other night. I think it's a week ago at this point. Show how long this guy's been just in El Salvador. Which shouldn't have been a single fucking second because he had a, once again, for these simpletons out there, people that can't read or refuse to read or try to push a narrative, an evil narrative. This man is not a member of MS-13, the gang, and he had no criminal history in any country he's lived in, and he had a do not remove order from a judge, meaning do not send him to El Salvador because his life would be in danger there. He came here seeking asylum, and he has a family here, and a disabled son, but you people don't care. And when I say you people, I mean right-wingers. I've seen the most disgusting, this false, just the comments, vitriolic comments under the videos about this guy from right-wingers saying just slandering him. They're saying all the lies, the reverse of what I just told you. He's not in MS-13. They say he's a gang member. I've even seen, like, they say Trinidad Araguan now. They just insert gang. He's not, like, is this guy, I don't think he's not even Venezuelan. But, yeah, they say he's the MS-13. They say that he's here illegally. Not true. He's a legal resident. See, man, this shit just kills me. They just invert the truth. These people do not care. These are not human beings. These people are soulless cretins lying about this guy. And I finally seen a picture of him. I'm gonna put his face as the thumbnail for this video for like the 3 people or 5 people that might see it. I put out a video the other night. He got 18 views in one day. They just stopped at 18, which doesn't feel organic. I'm guessing YouTube's algorithm blocked my video for whatever reason. But man, you can't block it's already out there. People are aware of this guy. People are outraged. Real human beings, real Americans are fucking outraged about what's happening to this guy. And then they got a deadline tonight at 11:59 p.m. to return him from El Salvador. And of course, the Trump administration is going to appeal that. But I think they're going to get a swifty reply on the appeal from the judge because this guy deserves to come back home. It's not going to be like wait another week for the appeal. It might probably be like within like the day, probably. Then you get this fucking guy. I'm sick of this shit. Lying about how the Trump administration doesn't have authority to bring him back. Yes, you do. We're the most powerful country in the world for a fucking reason. You get the, there you go, single, I couldn't load the passengers on. I just wanted to show something for the visual, but I guess we'll go another route that actually works. But yeah, you have the authority to bring him home. Here's what Trump does. The president, he gets on the phone, calls Bukele or whatever little piss ad that nobody, and you tell him to send the guy on, you send a fucking plane down, and you, at Bukele's expense, and you send the fucking guy back. It's that easy, dumbass. You don't have fucking authority. My ass cheeks don't have fucking authority. You don't want to bring that guy back. You don't see him as a fucking human being. Anyways, loading a random scene. I hope it works. Let's just start the article. A federal judge ruled Friday that a Maryland father who was mistakenly deported to a prison in El Salvador must be returned to the U.S. by Monday, April 7th. That's today. Kilmar Abrego Garcia was deported to a Supermax prison. A Supermax? Now you're like... And then let me just cut in. Actually, we'll just go through these paragraphs, then I'll cut about the Supermax. Kilmar Abrego was deported to Supermax prison and on March 15th, despite a protection order granted in 2019 that should have kept him from being sent to El Salvador. He filed a lawsuit against several federal officials demanding to be returned to the U.S. Thank you to everyone that has helped us and supported us in this fight, Abrego Garcia's wife, Jennifer, told a crowd outside of the courthouse following the ruling. A statement from the advocacy organization CASA said, C-A-S-A, I'm guessing it's CASA. We will continue fighting this. The first thing I am going to do when I see him is give him a big hug for all of us. They won't actually care about this man. She said, ICE officials blamed an administrative error and an oversight for Abrego Garcia's deportation, but did not take any action to rectify the mistake. So this Supermax, man, this got to be the worst prison I've seen. I've seen videos about like the worst prisons in the world and shit. Like this, they give you no lights out. The lights are always on. You just stand there. Like you can't talk to anybody. There's no books. Your bed is just a metal slab with no covers, no pillow or anything. They're literally just torturing people. And in my mind, human rights are not negotiable. Like that's something I always believe. Like torture, I learned. So like my coming of age was the Bush administration, and when I found they were torturing people, enhanced interrogation, whatever fucking euphemism, fake word you want to fucking call it, it's torture. And they like try to break people mentally and give you information, which the torture is unethical because they're human beings and they have human rights, even if you're at Guantanamo Bay, wherever the fuck you believe, or at a supermax prison in El Salvador, and it's not reliable. You don't get reliable information from tortured people because if you're under duress, people are liable to tell you anything that could get them out of duress. Wouldn't you lie if you were getting tortured? I would. So fuck that shit. They argue that the federal government does not have jurisdiction since Abrego Garcia is in the custody of El Salvadorian government, and to maintain that Abrego Garcia is in danger, is a danger to the community due to his alleged gang ties. Like, this is so fucking ridiculous. Abrego Garcia's lawyers have said in court documents that he has no criminal record, a finding the government has not contested. There you go. The government hasn't even contested he has no criminal record. What the fuck does that tell you? Arguing for Abrego Garcia's return. During that hearing, Abrego Garcia's attorney, I won't say Simon. I guess Simon. Well, he's a Jew. It could be Is it Shimon? Simon? Simon Sandoval Moschenberg argued that his clients removed from U.S. Violated withholding of removal order previously granted by an immigration judge. I just always try to say like Hebrew, I guess like Jewish names, right? Because like there's like Isaac is like Isaac and shit like that. Would it be Simon or Shimon? I don't know. This was the equivalent of a forcible expulsion, he said. Sandoval Moschenberg further argued that the government does have the ability to order Abrego Garcia's return, saying there is significant coordination between the Trump administration and the Salvadoran government. This is not something that's outside of the government's power, he said. The evidence indicates that he is being detained at the direction of the CCOT prison at the discretion of the United States. DOJ attorney critical of Abrego Garcia's deportation. Department of Justice Attorney Eruz Ruvini was critical of the federal government for its lack of cooperation and lack of evidence provided. One second, let me. And this is a DOJ attorney. He critical of the federal. He got punished too, and Pambodi's punishing other lawyers in her department. She fired this guy, put him on administrative leave. Inevitable. What's the word where like it might not end? I'll just say in perpetuity. She put him on leave in perpetuity, and she did the same to his supervisor. Let me take a sip of my tea before it gets ice cold. Okay. When a judge asked why Abrego Garcia was taken into custody, Ruvini said he was frustrated by the lack of answers. There's no warrant for his arrest. There's no statement of probable cause. Judge Paula, what is this? Xinis Zenas stated. What is the actual document that got this process started? Ruvini responded, "I do not have that order. It is not in the record." They sit this man outside with no due process. And I saw some congresswoman having a town hall. I think her name like Spartz, Spartz or something. She's like a Ukrainian immigrant who became a congressperson here. You know, this might sound xenophobic. I'm sure I'll lose at least a subscriber for this. But if you're going to come in from another country, you should at least learn how a system works. If you want to at least represent our government, especially. She said you don't get due process if you're a criminal. How the fuck can you know if somebody's a criminal if you don't do due process? Conviction is part of due process, idiot. Learn the fucking system if you're going to come in from a foreign country and want to be in our government. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Learn the fucking government. You're going to talk crazy like that. Criminals get no due process. Are you fucking stupid? Listen to yourself. And that crowd ate her alive. And this is a Republican. They erupted at her. People walked out. They were pissed. No due process, huh? According to Judge Zenas, the terms of the agreement between the U.S. and El Salvador made her believe that Abrego Garcia can be returned. Alleged MS-13 ties. Before an immigration judge granted him a withholding of removal protection order in 2019, Abrego Garcia was taken into police custody and questioned about alleged ties to an MS-13 group that operates in New York. During a following court appearance, the only evidence presented was an allegation from a confidential informant. Yeah, that guy's probably fucking lying, being paid by the fucking feds. Why would you trust that piece of shit? Abrego Garcia was released from custody with the protection order and returned to his home in Prince George's County, Maryland. He continued to appear for mandatory check-ins with ICE each year, with the most recent check-in occurring in January 2025. Yeah, threat to the community, huh? Fuck you. During Friday's court hearing, Judge Zenas pointed out the immigration judge in 2019 did not determine Abrego Garcia was part of MS-13 because there was no indictments or other evidence proving he was. The staking deportation sparks outrage. We're almost done. Some Maryland leaders have spoken out against the handling of immigration enforcement in the U.S. Should be all of them. You don't give a fuck about this guy, you're a resident? You're a bad fucking representative then. Everybody, Republican and Democrat, should be concerned that people who were not supposed to be put in those planes and sent out of the country had that happen. That's what I'm saying. How is everybody not outraged? Said Mayor Brandon Scott. Maryland Governor Wes Moore also shared his thoughts on Abrego Garcia deportation, urging federal officials to correct the mistake. No one should be deported to the very country where a judge determined they will face persecution. Governor Moore said in a social media post, "It's outrageous that due process means nothing to the federal administration." Abrego Garcia's wife, Jennifer, told CBS News this week she is scared for his life. He's not a criminal. He's my husband and an amazing person, an amazing father, and human being. But yeah, there you go. I'm sure this will be suppressed by YouTube's algorithm or whatever, just like the last one was. But you can't, like I said, you can't suppress the truth. Sorry out there. People are pissed about this guy, and I would, if I had like predict, do I think he'll be? I think he will. I think there'll be enough pressure put on where he'll eventually be, bro. Because if you don't, here's what's going to happen with this. The judge can hold these, can't hold Trump himself, but they can hold his officials in contempt of court if they don't go along with this ruling, and they can be arrested by the marshals, by the federal marshals. I'm not fucking joking. Look up what their statute. Look up how it works. The DOJ, Pam Bondi, they might say that the DOJ has, they're under the DOJ, but the federal marshals have a obligation. They have to go arrest people that defy court orders, be a government official or anybody else. But I believe that Trump administration doesn't want to get to that point. I don't want to get to that point because that looks bad on the country. That looks like instability and criminality. And how would that look to the international community? You see federal U.S. marshals arresting DOJ officials for defying a court order, for not bringing home a U.S. resident that's not even a gang member or any type of criminal, that has a disabled son at home and a wife that's an American citizen. I don't think they'll let it get to that point. That looks terrible. And that kind of scandal, I think, could take people down. Like, that could ruin everything. Like, Pam Bondi would probably have to resign in that scenario. But I think it get that bad. I think 60, 70% chance he comes back. At least maybe it's just hopium, but hopefully there's enough good people out there that are making out, they're outraged and making a stink about it to get this guy back. Because I guess I literally lost sleep over this. Like, it's disturbing on so many levels. Because if it could happen to him, it could literally happen to anybody. No due process. Like, no due process. That's crazy to me. I always thought one of the great things about America is we had due process. Yeah, the Fifth Amendment and all this. But I get that. Trump doesn't believe in that. But, he never believed in American ideals in the first place. That's it, guys. And how long does this video get? 13 minutes isn't bad. That's pretty, I guess, digestible. But yeah, free, not even free. I mean, he's not even criminal. Bring Kilmar Abrego Garcia home. Like, just free him from that fucking awful prison. But yeah.